Welcome to the ESU Libraries and Archives. I'm Cynthia Akers, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you an easy add-on for the Firefox browser that's called Zotero. Zotero is a free bibliographic software option that will help you organize and create bibliographies for research papers and projects. You can download citations in Zotero directly from our library's databases, library catalogs, web pages, and even from YouTube. You can also type in citations directly. The best part of Zotero is that it will convert your citations automatically into bibliographic styles such as APA and MLA. So let's get started. First, you will need to download the Zotero software onto your own computer. If you are in William Allen White Library, ask us at the reference desk on the second floor about Zotero on the library computers. Now, Zotero can only be used with the Firefox browser. So open Firefox on your computer. Then go to this website. I'm going to www.zotero.org and click on the download button at the top right of the screen. You may get a pop-up window like this, and it's just asking you if you're sure you want to proceed with the download. We do, so we're going to go ahead and install now. And when prompted, go ahead and restart Firefox to complete the changes. And this will also finish the installation for Firefox and for Zotero. And we're going to close this window. And now we are back in Firefox. And depending upon your Firefox version on your browser, you may wind up seeing Zotero down here at the lower part of your screen, and that just shows you that Zotero has been installed. If you don't happen to see that, you can always go up here at the top of the screen and click on Tools and click on Zotero, and then that will display that as well. We're going to go ahead and click on the word Zotero down here at the bottom of the screen. The reason I wanted to do that is to show you the complete Zotero menu. You don't always have to display this menu, by the way, when you get ready to download any citations. I like to have it at least open a little bit because it helps me to be able to see my options and then what I can do in Zotero. So now we're ready to go ahead and start our research. We're going to download some citations. I'm going to go back first of all to the library's webpage, which is library.emporia.edu. And I'm going to scoot this down just a little bit so that I can see this just a little bit better. Basically have the best of both worlds. And the first thing I want to do is start my search for my topic. I need to do some research on Anne Frank, and I'd like to find some books. I'd also like to find some articles, and I'd also like to find some other sources about her life and her diary. So I'm going to start with our online catalog. The easiest thing for me to do right now is a keyword search on Anne Frank. And you see that I can do that directly from our library's homepage, the way that our online catalog is set up. And this tells me that I have 85 results for books and other resources in our library about Anne Frank. So I'm going to scroll down and find one that looks potentially useful for me. And I like record number 2, Anne Frank, the book, the life, the afterlife. So we'll click on this. Now up here, do you see this icon that looks like a book? We can click on this icon and you notice that there's a little pop-up deal that says Save to Zotero. And down at the bottom of the screen, you'll see that the bibliographic information for that book has already been saved. Also down here, you notice that there are several tabs that can be useful. For example, this tab called Notes would allow me to add a little reminder about myself, about the book, why I chose to download the citation, and how I might want to use it in future research. So that takes care of a book about Anne Frank. I'm going to go back up here now to Library Home, which will take me back to the library's home page. And now I'd like to look for some articles about Anne Frank. And I'm going to go down to our e-resources link. I'm going to go to databases A to Z, and the database I want to use for today is JSTOR. The reason I want to use JSTOR today is that JSTOR is a good scholarly archive for older journal articles, so I can get more background information that way. And for the interest of this tutorial, I'm just going to do a very quick search on Anne Frank, searching across all the collections. Of course, I have a lot of references here. So I could go back and I can limit some of mine. But again, just for the interest of this tutorial, I want to show you what I could do here. This looks like a good possibility. This is an article that's called On Anne Frank, and it's from the English Journal from May of 1956. So I'm going to click on that citation. And again, keep in mind that what I'm doing now is just saving the citation for the journal article for a bibliography. So when I go back up here, remember this icon at the top of the screen. And now that's going to look like a little page. So I'm going to click on that page, which would indicate a journal article. And notice that this now is saved down here on the Zotero screen. Well, I found a book and I found a journal article. And now I'd like to look for some websites about Anne Frank. So I am actually going to go to Wikipedia, because I just want to see if I can find perhaps a Wikipedia article. And let's go to English. And we'll go over here, and again, I'll do a search on Anne Frank. This is the Wikipedia article about Anne Frank. And I want you to notice something up here, because you're going to see that this icon looks just a little bit different. This looks like a folder now. If I click on this download option to Zotero, I am going to download the citation not only for the Wikipedia article, but also toward the bottom of the article. I would also wind up saving, again, in my citations, all of these different bibliographic references that you see toward the end of the article. That can be useful, because then that would give me some more information from which to draw my research. If I wanted to do that again, I could go back up to the top of the screen and click on that folder. But let's say, for the interest of time, that I really don't want all of those particular citations. I really would just prefer to do my citation for this Wikipedia article from Anne Frank. So there's another way that I can do this. I can go down to another feature on the Zotero menu that says Create New Item from Current Page. And when I did that, that just simply did a quick snapshot of this website, and it saved the citation just for this Wikipedia article. So as you can see, there's more than one way of entering citations into Zotero, depending on what you would want to do. Well, I'm happy with that so far. Now, for my last option, let's go to YouTube. And I should mention at this point that Zotero will allow you to capture citations for not only YouTube videos, but really any type of video or audio, MP3 files, anything that's out there on the web. So as you can see, this is very versatile. We're going to look again for Anne Frank. And I'm going to look down here, because this is a rather interesting option. This is a clip from a documentary that actually contains the only known film footage of Anne Frank. And there she is. That was shortly before she went into hiding. So that might be something that would be very nice to use in my research about Anne Frank. And I want to save the citation for this YouTube clip, so I go back up here. Notice that this icon now looks like a film clip. So we'll click on that, and there it appears down there. Well, now we are done with downloading for the time being. And you notice that so far I've been able to do a lot of different things from sources that were available online. However, I may not have sources that are available online. I may have a printed bibliography that I'm working from, for example. I can, in that particular instance, always go to New Item, and down here you'll notice that this would actually insert templates for typing in citations for a book, a document, a journal article, magazine article, and even more options. So I can enter in information even if I don't have it readily available online. Again, very versatile feature as far as Zotero is concerned. Well, I'm happy with my citations right now. I am ready to go ahead and create a bibliography. So the next thing I'm going to do is hold down the Control key on my keyboard, and I'm going to highlight my citations that I want to transfer now into a bibliography. You notice that I could actually select different ones if I didn't want to do all of them, just by holding down the Control key and then clicking on the ones that I would want. Now I'm going to right click on my mouse, and when I right click, I have an option that says choose create bibliography from selected items. So we're going to choose this one. And you'll notice that a lot of the major citation styles such as APA, MLA, American Sociological Association, Chicago Manual of Style, a lot of these are represented in Zotero, really the more common citation styles. I am interested in converting this to the Modern Language Association, the MLA format. And I want to open this file once I save it in a Microsoft Word document. So I'm going to leave this option as Save as RTF. RTF stands for Rich Text Format. That's a nice option because it is convertible with just about any word processing program that happens to be out there, regardless of version. But I could also save this as an HTML document, almost as a web page if I wanted to do that as well. So we're going to click on OK. And as you know, I need to go ahead and choose a destination file. Since I am using my own computer right now, I'm going to save this in my documents, and I'm going to rename this file. Again, keeping that as an RTF document. And now that's saved. And let's just check to make sure that that actually saved. So let's go into Microsoft Office Word 2007, which is the version that I have on my computer. But again, keep in mind with the RTF document, this is going to work with really about any type of word processing program. And we'll go up here, and we will open, and there's Frank Bibliography. And this is now in the correct MLA format for a bibliography or for a works cited page. And I could keep adding to this bibliography as I go along. I could keep adding citations. Well, that is it for a very quick introduction to Zotero, and I hope that this tutorial has been helpful to you to get you started. Always keep in mind that you can call the library's reference desk at 620-341-5207, or you can use our toll-free number at 1-877-613-7323 if you have any questions either about using Zotero or just about doing research in general. Good luck. Thank you.